Hey guys, non-QM is the fastest growing segment in the mortgage market. We just saw that refis are down 37%. They're going to drop about another 37%. We saw purchases are up 2%. They're going to go up about another 5%. This is according to the MBA. Now, in order to take a larger piece of the pie for a dwindling market right now for 2022 that everybody knows is coming, it's non-QM. Now, Oaktree Funding has a program called their DSCR program. It's non-owner occupied, and here's the deal. If the rent payment or the rent survey is 75% of the payment that you'll be making on your DSCR loan, you qualify. This is huge, guys. 15% down. It's huge. Rates are great. You can go to a 40-year term. The first 10 years could be interest only. You qualify on that 10-year interest only term for the DSCR rent payment, and you just get the place. How many properties would this be good for? And the answer is a whole ton of them. So check out Oaktree Funding's DSCR program. Sit down, talk with an account rep. They can help you learn about this program along with all their other great programs. By the way, price match guarantee, meaning they're always going to have the most competitive rates for non-QM. These guys are great to work with. Click this banner right over there. All right, so elections are right around the corner, and a massive infrastructure bill is about to get passed in the House of Representatives. Might not get past the Senate, but, it's on its way. By the way, it's not as much of an infrastructure bill as it is an entitlement bill. Just giving crap away bill or greasing contracts for friends that you owe something to. Just because you call it an infrastructure bill doesn't make it one. See, in the 24-hour news cycle and the nonstop social media barrage and postings that we're getting from everybody, including me, words have been weaponized or used to manipulate the meaning behind those words so we can go ahead and pass whatever agenda that we choose to do. Words simply have lost a lot of their meaning. I'm not gonna mix words here, so something I'd find appealing in a candidate is that if you're a fully able-bodied male between the ages of 18 and 50, that you should get cut off of any type of government assistance, period. Stop it immediately. Why? Well, think about this. Why are you being so mean, Brian? It's not being mean, it's being reasonable. Here's the reason. The number of construction workers needed to keep up with demand right now is approximately 740,000 new workers per year. Think about that, and they need this for the next 3 years. And this is according to a report from the Home Builders Institute. The construction industry needs more than 61,000 new hires every single month if we are to keep up with both industry growth and the loss of workers either through retirement or simply leaving the sector for good. And according to the HBI, the Home Builders Institute, the number of open construction sector jobs averages between 300 to 400,000 every single month. This is compounded by an aging workforce in the industry, guys. The median age of a construction worker is 41, and the share of construction workers aged 25 to 54 decreased to 69% from 72.2% between 2015 and 2019. Catastrophic numbers across the board. Okay, so it's not necessarily that new home builders don't want to build new homes. Hell, they'd make more money if they did, and that's even if their profits per unit drops. We have that much demand for housing right now, but it turns out that nobody wants the job. Why is that? Hard work, is hard. So my thinking is, if you can, but you don't, and you take money via entitlement programs, you need to get cut off immediately. It's called tough love. It's kind of like when you let your kid use you like a nonstop ATM. They don't learn any lessons or anything about money. It's what we call a demotivator. Just like, let me give you an example. It's called the labor force participation rate, and it's tracked by the St. Louis Fed Reserve. So let's see what happened to labor participation when COVID hit and we started handing out free money. Here we go. You looking at this right now? This is from the Federal Reserve. That's right. Those who can work decided that they simply didn't want to. Imagine that. Giving people money for not working is what I'm going to refer to as the work motivation rate. Yeah, and that one just goes right down the tank, doesn't it? So to connect the dots on what we're talking about here, COVID, horrible. Shutdown, horrible. Free money, good. Free money consequences, very bad. Those consequences, in this case, are construction workers not going back to work. That means housing starts hit the skids, inventory goes down, while new home formations go up, and that means scarcity in the housing sector forces home prices to go up to the point of utter unaffordability for most all aspiring homeowners across the country. Remember, I just told you 3 days ago that over 80% of the people who live in Sacramento cannot afford either the down payment nor the monthly payment on an entry-level new constructed home. This is creating an unsustainable market that will eventually self-correct contract if we don't do something about it. Remember, a 0.5% tick up in rate equals 5% less purchasing power. So if mortgage rates go anywhere near historic averages, the aspiring home buyer will be able to afford about 40% less than what they do now. Yikes. Listen, let's get back to the beginning here. We need 740,000 new construction workers per year for the next 3 years to get back to normalcy. This is a state of emergency. So yes, get those able-bodied people off the government tit and put a nail gun in their hand and a work belt around their waist. Alternatives, open the borders, get prisoners to do it, kind of like the chain gangs of old, or use part of the latest entitlement program to overfund the Army Corps of Engineers and turn them into the next new home building company. Now, all of these things have their own set of unintended consequences that are a pie in the sky scenario that will never happen, especially in an election year, but they're still all better than the status quo. I'll leave you with this. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, yet again on a different study, the median home sales price for a house is $374,900. That's an increase of over $50,000 from just a year ago. This is nationwide. All the while, the median household income was $67,521. This is a family, not an individual, for 2020, and it was a decrease, get that, a decrease of 2.9% from 2019, which was $69,560. You heard me right. Incomes are going down right now as we sit here today, while escalating property values see no end in sight. So if the problem is this easy to diagnose, why aren't we fixing it? Well, as I said, it's hard to motivate a kid who's got mom's ATM card. Well, that was a mouthful for a Monday. Hey, make sure you share this with everybody. What do you think about these thoughts? What are some of the solutions we have to unaffordability right now? We've seen something get diagnosed right now with the labor workforce simply not wanting to go back to work right now. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And sharing, my friends, is caring, so push this out and share it with your sphere of influence. Catch you guys Tuesday. Later.